What a way to start the show! The Expanse Osiris Reborn is an action RPG crafted in Unreal Engine 5, where you can immerse yourself in the universe of the beloved TV series. Make sure it's on your wish lists.
That's pretty awesome. And we're treating you to another world premiere right now and swapping sci-fi for fantasy in the process. So let's take a look.
I used to swear by my father's oath to protect the wards is to protect our people, and if it claims our lives, what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now, what do you swear by today?
The only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took it from him.
Olá pessoal, estamos aqui com o Future Game Show Festival, transmitindo ao vivo. Começou agora há pouco e meu amigo Roberto Mingau já me enviou o link aqui em mãos, um parceiraço aqui do canal. E vamos que vamos curtir mais um evento de jogos.
Your father was right about one thing. The wards are breaking. And shouldn't we fail? It may spell another end.
Echoes of the End. Ecos do final. Ecos do além. Em breve
We're thrilled to reveal
no
Echoes
verão.
of the End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
But the fun doesn't stop there. Here's another world premiere.
It's important to note that this is your very first look at the game, but from what I can tell, there's evil residing in these woods.
Será que eu tô pensando? Não! Não brinque comigo. Não brinque com meu coraçãozinho.
Isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong? That was your first look at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game.
Nossa.
Extremely talented developer. Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
Next up, we've got a trailer for an open-world action RPG based on the beloved anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Let's check it out.
Ah, mas calma aí, mano. É tudo que já foi mostrado no Game Summer Festival. Ah, mas acho que agora eu tô mostrando com mais detalhes o jogo dos 7 pecados capitais.
The 7 Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay,
Massa.
time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Destructo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
Não brinca. Que foda. É baseado no...
Is what the finals is all about. Split-second decisions, teamwork under fire, and victory carved in chaos.
Que onda, mano. É baseado no... No filme do Stephen King. Caramba, que massa. Stephen King não. Cara, me esqueci agora. Ui. Massa. É como se fosse...
7 of the finals launches on June 12th. And whether you're a seasoned veteran or a new contestant entering the arena, if you're tuning in on the FGS Twitch channel, you can earn a Twitch drop of this Kablamo grenade skin.
Yes, anybody who watches this very show for 15 consecutive minutes on the FGS Twitch channel will...
A granada não. A pegada do jogo me lembrou muito jogador número 1.
Just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and talk about hurdling, a shepherd simulator with a whole lot of soul. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
Me lembrou muito uma vibe meio que jogador número 1, aquele. Os 7. Ah, que legal. Eu tô meio rouco, gente. Porque eu cantei agora há pouco. Oh, que fofinho, meu Deus. Cara, esse garotinho me lembrou muito aquele garotinho do snowboard. Será que é do mesmo estúdio? Só que aí agora pra PC e consoles.
Hurdling launches later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam. What's next one?
Sério?
Oh, wait.
Já posso baixar já a demo já?
It's a
Que
first-person
massa!
psychedelic thriller that explores the realm between slumber and death.
A demo já tá já disponível na Steam. Da hora.
And Robin Fink of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, let's take a closer look then.
Eu vou dar uma bisoiada.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep.
Interessante.
You're not ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
Que massa.
Sleep Awake is coming soon, so drop it on your wish lists.
We've got a
Sonâmbulo.
developer presentation for Eric Soul, The Stolen Dream, up next. It's a cinematic isometric stealth game set in the year 1900.
Oh, isn't that the year you were born?
I am a few months younger than you, Laura.
So? No.
Must find her
He's a one.
before he does.
Caramba, que massa.
Eric's Home is a game set in kind of a fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian
89.
theme, style to it. I would describe it as a stealth puzzle game with a very strong emphasis on story, where you play
Ele é
up to
um
three
monstro
playable
difícil.
characters that you switch between, and they have
Você tem
their own
as passagens
special
e
abilities
botões.
that you can use together to kind of solve situations and puzzles.
Você tem poder resolver várias situações e localizações de puzzles ao decorrer do jogo. A natureza do jogo e a ambientação dele se passa como se fosse uma cidade de época Silent Hill. A luz e a cenografia se basearam em filmes clássicos dos anos 70, 70 80. Eu joguei, eu fiz o teste e conferi que todo o jogo parece um filme por si só. E se está simples, cada pessoa trazer uma experiência única e nova para cada jogador que for jogar. E totalmente premeditado. Premeditado, acho que isso é premeditado. Eu meio que me sentei e me juntei nesse mágico universo. Me juntei. E esse jogo está disponível para Xbox, Steam e PlayStation. Espero que vocês gostem, se divirtam e espero que vocês tenham gostado desse anúncio e que se sintam felizes. Help your Joy e se juntem a nos ajudar. Muito bom a pegada do jogo. A ideia me lembrou muito. A ideia desse joguinho aí me lembrou muito a vibe daquele jogo de terror. Pra mim, Capuz Amarelo. Massa. Onde ficou aqui meu óculos?
Thank you so much to our friends at River End Games for that window into the world of Eric's Home. It's coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for The Explorator.
aquele que eu peguei teste. Que tá na minha conta, eu acho. Caramba, que ambientação linda. Caramba, mano, em cima d'água, que top. Que foda, mano. Acho que é de terror, possivelmente. Um aviãozinho mesmo, muito aqueles aviões. Metal Slug. The Explorator. Bem breve, acesso avaliado somente para PC. Em breve, acesso antecipado somente para PC. Está agora com acesso antecipado só para PC.
Early access today, so go check it out on Steam and support the developers on the road to launch.
Constance is up next.
Tá quanto essa bagaça?
Power of a paintbrush to escape a decaying inner world.
Interessante. E o mundo da pintura. Olá. Você está bem? Que massa, mais jogo indie. Que da hora. Olá! Você está acompanhando aí no Discord e aqui na live ao vivo Future Game Summer Festival. Constance. Novembro 24 de 2025. Mentira! Já tá com a demo disponível! Que foda!
November 24th, but there's a demo available on Steam if you want to go give it a go after the show.
During the Every Future Game Show,
Opa, me passa, papai!
the most exciting upcoming games. Our ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're tackling for the summer showcase is Titan Quest 2. The fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron War's cult classic action RPG, and the good news is, it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grimoire Games.
Chefe, não precisa sair não, mano.
Tell us the whole story. Tell us about home.
Titan Quest 2 is kinda your Diablo-esque action RPG.
Que massa, um jogo em Diablo.
You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece with. You'll be fighting these
Baseado na
monsters,
romantia.
some of which we came up with ourselves, some of which are from Titan Quest 1. Greek mythology also has become very much part of pop culture in the last 2 decades. Some other games have had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? Well, in Titan Quest 2, you'll be playing as a rather unknown hero character. You're not really a hero yet. You're honestly just training to be a capable fighter. You have a master called Aristano. She's from Sparta and used to be a priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up your own worth over time as you prove yourself in front of the gods. Gameplay-wise, Titan Quest 2 is very much a classic ARPG, but we've got our own twists in there with like the mastery system, for example, where you merge 2 masteries into one instead of just being given classes. So you have to find these little entanglements that you can have between the 2 masteries, these synergies, and make the best use of them possible.
Que massa. Bem baseado mesmo no no Diablo,
quite a lot.
no Hades.
Or fantasies of just a tanky warrior. Of course, you're gonna have that. You can take your character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable, so each of them has like these several modifier choices that you can equip into your skill. This is our little innovation in this space. We are not going to be doing any microtransactions in this game because we don't believe in that form of monetization in general. We will be doing traditional DLCs, however. So after the 1.0 launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs, which will include additional chapters, so more content in general, bosses, creatures, areas, and
Massa.
of course. So Titan Quest 2 will be coming to Steam Early Access very soon. You can wishlist it now already.
Caramba, já tá tendo vários jogos já com acesso antecipado, exclusivamente só pra PC. Que massa, problema tá tendo problema pagar pra conseguir jogar, né? Ter uma coisa, jogar é outra.
Quest 2 is coming soon, and you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Wait, legendary actor Yui Lowenthal?
The Spider-Man to my MJ? What are you doing here?
Hey guys. Hey man. I was just, wandering the
pessoal.
sound stages, taking in the sights and smells. And then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I thought I'd join in.
Okay, well, I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer? Right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys, I don't
No, it's great. Work your magic. We'll just be over here.
All right. Get ready, folks, because it's time for another world premiere. This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
I have seen things that should be forgotten. I've tried to escape my past.
Sempre tentei escapar do meu passado.
I've had enough of death and madness. But the world is changing.
Mas o
Some
mundo
now
muda.
search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets and dizzying marvels. For there lies upon this world of man a mocking and incredible shadow out of time.
Que massa.
Call of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Come on.
Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway,
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
Gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks
Então.
for coming, man.
Obrigado por ter vindo.
Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
Read bio courses. How hard could it be? Hard.
Que onda. Monstros e Ascensant.
Capture the flag on crack.
Que onda.
Welcome to Veil of the Witch, a turn-based tactical RPG with a
Massa.
roguelite twist. You play as Ash, a shipwrecked castaway with no memories and a big-ass sword.
Let's see if I remember how to use it.
5 years after a bloody civil war, you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is a madhouse.
Combat in Veil of the Witch Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit, whether that's frontliner Marco, glass cannon caster Laurent, or backstabbing cutthroat Emile. All your abilities work on a cooldown, so you'll have to think smart and learn to juggle. You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses.
Burn! Beacon of the dead!
Get your shit wrecked. Then head back to town, where you can unlock upgrades, chat with allies, craft equipment, and more.
Da hora.
And if you're real nasty, take on trial mode for bigger challenges and better rewards. Fight, die, rise again, stronger, then come back and conquer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Early access available now on Steam, and coming soon to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch.
Não, tô dizendo, mano, tá tendo uma porrada de jogo, já tá tendo já acesso antecipado pra PC já, pô. Caramba, tô chocado. Eu tô pasmo. Que massa. Que da hora. Caramba, fiquei a fim de jogar.
No, I think we're good. Okay. Now remember, folks, you can find all those games as well as every game we feature today on the Future Game Show Steam page.
Yes, and you'll want to prime your wish lists in advance for this next reveal. It's a game where you play as a bureaucratic inspector in a fantasy world.
What's like you make sure the evil layer is up to code before the party heads inside?
Yes, that's literally the whole deal.
Okay, I legitimately need this game.
Heroes, the world is full of them. Sons and daughters of farmers, too much bravery and not enough wisdom. But what is a hero without a princess to save? Without dragons to slay? Nothing. That's where you come in. As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave, you'll find a necromancer who, according to our reports, is a complete and utter embarrassment to the story.
The book is titled Hellgates and You, Your First Ritual Sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members
of the United Builders Union of Enchanted Settlements hereby announce a strike, effective immediately. It's the inspector, here with their cushy job and their clipboard that decides if we have to do more work.
A dragon attack? That is not in the budget.
But what is the story without a good hero at its helm? With one sanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil.
Que onda.
We are happy to welcome you, newest agents to the court. Wish list the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
Mais uma DLC do Stream Nova. Caramba! E Stream Nova não para não, hein? Ou outro game estilo Stream Nova. Ou pode ser uma DLC do próprio Stream Nova. A moleque aqui é bonitinha. Não, é um jogo totalmente novo. Que Mirai basicamente é Hatsune Miku desse jogo. Só cabelo verde. Que onda, meu. Que resenha. Que da hora, eu vou jogar. Assim que lançar, já vou pegar o launch e jogar. Waifu Tactical Force. WTF. WTF. Não brinca! Já tá disponível na... Me perdoe, mas vamos baixar esse jogo agora. Opa, me colocar aqui a minha...
Waifu Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam after the show.
Now we've got a trailer for an action platformer inspired by the ancient art of paper folding. Let's take a look at Hirogami.
Não é isso. Ah, depois eu vejo aqui. E pegar um pouquinho do... Interessante isso.
Waifu Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam.
Ah, mas acho que já está disponível na Steam Internacional, não aqui na Steam Nacional.
Ah,
triste. Que massa, um jogo no estilo no estilo dobradura. Que massa. Que da hora, meu. Totalmente baseado na dobradura japonesa. Que massa, meu. Que da hora. Que massa!
Hirogami is coming to PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Fold it into your wish lists on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And check out the free demo, which is available on Steam.
Okay, time for an update on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
Eve Frontier is an invitation for everyone that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation to you to come and build with us. You can build tools, you can build worlds, you can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around in the amazing survival space horror sandbox we have created. When we made Eve Online, we very much wanted to make a sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from Eve, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what Eve Frontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server, creating additional software that both read and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around Eve Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we're built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events, and what we've just seen in the sort of builder community overall, absolutely delivers on that vision in spades.
Que massa.
Founder access for Eve Frontier is available now, and you can head to evefrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
Vai ter o Brasil também disponível, que massa.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam, and also wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. But for now, let's keep it rolling with our Ones to Play section, which is a future game show statement. It's a montage of exciting games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So, if you like what you're looking at, don't hesitate to download a demo and dig in.
Qual game?
First up is Catastrophe. This is an action roguelike.
Que onda,
Play as a kitty
Catastrophe.
abducted by aliens and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick, the Star Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on a unique playstyle and pick their route through a series of
Da
interstellar
hora.
environments.
Next up, we've got Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersively rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of Flint. Can you solve puzzles and tango with monsters to make it out alive?
Or what about Bloodgrounds? It's a gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You recruit, train, and command a crew of warriors in strategic turn-based battles, then develop a coastal city in the interim. Carve your name and spill buckets of blood in the process.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure. That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
Every voyage begins with a plan. A vision etched on parchment. Telling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer what others fear. Death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are nothing gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back, and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail, we fight, we endure. The voyage is life, and life is the voyage.
Ahoy.
Join the crew today on Kickstarter.
Que massa.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
Slick Shot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades.
Double change.
Later this year, you can try it for yourself ahead of time by checking out the free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the meantime, you can check out the free demo on Steam and drop it onto your wish lists.
Or how about Animal Kind? This is a cozy cooperative town-building game where you play as a crew of adorable critters in mech suits. Players will use their industrial-grade opposable thumbs to scavenge the landscape for materials and establish a community of cute creatures. Animal Kind is coming soon to PC, but if you head to the Steam page, you can sign up for the alpha playtest, which is arriving in July.
Next up is Don't Wake the Beast, but the developers have sent over an intricate overview, so I'll sit this one out.
Hi, my name is Timek. I'm the game designer and producer behind Don't Wake the Beast. Don't Wake the Beast is a stealth roguelike in which your goal is to steal as many treasures as possible and run away from the beast. The tricky part is that each treasure has its weight, and the more you pick up, the more noise you generate. But when you fail, there's always another run. My game will feature 4 biomes, all with unique mechanics and beasts. It's scheduled to release in 2026.
We're rounding things out with Worship, a cultist simulator where you try your best to bring about the end of the world. Inspired by Pikmin, this cute and creepy multiplayer roguelite tasks you with performing blood rites and recruiting followers to please the old ones. It's coming soon to PC, and you can wishlist it on Steam.
That was our Spotlight montage. We hope you enjoyed the Summer Showcase selection. Laura?
Oh, it's time for an update on Scum, the survival shooter with poop mechanics.
What?
Not as in like they're bad, no. Just like you have to manage your bowel movements to survive.
Oh, I might actually learn something. I love video games.
Peggy 18.
If those inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance to win one of 100 keys for Scum 1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Death Ground.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Death Ground. Whether you dare to enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive this dinosaur-infested abandoned system. Could you survive?
Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Death Ground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So, unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing height to
something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer.
Exactly. Of course, there'll be other dinosaurs for you to deal with. The number one culprit for causing chaos is the Compsognathus, aka the Comp.
What might look like a decent hiding space for you as players might actually be a refuge for these little creatures, putting the terror in territory.
As for other
Gente, já volto, calma aí.
Brachiosaurus and Triceratops roaming around in the background. And the next thing you know, you'll be chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch, mission command, single-player tutorial, and introduction.
Geothermal, where you need to repair everything so you can restart a power plant.
Agricultural, which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Deathground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Deathground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for more news on that front.
I'm refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell is Us.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Villatet, and I am the Executive Creative Director and Executive Art Director on Hell is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years now is a game called Hell is Us. So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of India. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. Yeah, he was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where the adventuring is just, if you think about it, the exploration and the discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you in a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing and what people tell us, right?
Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that, if I go, and then you go there and you see the road that turns, and it's, maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique, and it works really, really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. You know, no game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much, it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery, yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell is Us without talking about our monsters, and the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, you know. So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit. So it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, you know. So you'll be able to play Hell is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right, I think we're due another world premiere, don't you? This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous cartoon world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live. Oh, so yeah, New Tales reached out, and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in the game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Dora will be on board too.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right. I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
That's right, we're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bular in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above, and the beasts below.
All right, up. Let's do this.
You're going to be bishops too?
Through Shale, all things are possible. It's time the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that? We gave you those robes for a reason. Damn, I love the church.
Mais um joguinho de jeitinho que eu gosto. Na vizinha. Bom demais. Truxon Extreme. Massa. Que resenha, meu. Que massa. Que da hora. Linked. Massa. Caramba, eles vão ressuscitar essa franquia, que massa. Que da hora.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to the
Future Game Show Steam page?
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission.
Da hora.
And the shape-shifting alien gets its way. Let's throw it over to Supermassive Games to find out more.
We are going to do this. Just load the gun.
Not until you move the scanner.
Those things can change shape.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance. Please.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games,
Calma aí, gente, já volto.
Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game, from when you start your very first mission.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences in each branching path.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025, and if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme. Here's the game bakers to tell you more.
Olá pessoal, meu chatinho é bugado como sempre.
Your goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered.
Meu chat bugou aqui, mas obrigado por estarem dando apoio e mantendo um lurk.
You'll need to carefully manage your balance and stamina.
Isso é bastante importante para mim.
And you'll fall and get hurt. For the first time, we are also showing what it's like to climb at high altitudes. When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise. You need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip. Cairn's realistic climbing system also supports mixed climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. It's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quality.
Que massa. Mais um game na pegada do Silent Hill. O Ground Zero é bem na pegada do Silent Hill. Silent Hill, Resident Evil 1.
Hark the Ghoul and Ground Zero are both coming soon to PC. What's up next, Laura?
We're taking a look at a game called Hella. It's a cooperative folklore adventure where you and your friends band together as great little mice.
Ah, que massa. Que da hora.
Hella is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Moving swiftly on, it's time for a look at Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
Peggy 18.
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't? Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? Like a trick?
Caramba.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
Hello everyone. I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025. There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days. As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Dreams. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the N-Dreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
Reach is an ambitious virtual reality action adventure coming to PSVR, Steam, and MetaQuest in 2025.
Okay, man. It's time to check in with everybody's favorite depressed and recently divorced stuff.
Oh, yes. It could only be the Duck Detective.
He may have cracked the mystery of the secret salami, but when you're that good at your job, there's always a new case to solve.
I'm used to the cold embrace of loneliness, and this vacation won't be the end of me.
Hi, I'm Annika.
And I'm Johnny. We're Happy Broccoli Games based in Berlin, Germany.
Our newest game is Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, where you are the one and only Duck Detective, a depressed and recently divorced duck who must quack the case.
Inspect evidence, make the connections, and solve this no-murder mystery.
To the annoyance of the Duck Detective, he is joined by a new partner in solving crime, Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs of justice. Right now, we're working on a simplified Chinese language update that is coming out later this year.
We're very excited for you to play. The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Series XS, and PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Are those bread slices?
Duck Detective.
The ghost of glamping!
Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, has already waddled its way onto PC and consoles, so go check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had plenty of exciting premises so far, but how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon? Get on your dancing shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
Que massa. Oh, que bobinho de jogo, meu Deus! Cara, eu não vou mentir, eu tenho uma quedinha por jogos com arte bem infantilizada. Eu tenho uma quedinha por jogos assim.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th, but there's a free demo available on Steam if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile, an interactive 70s twist on the beloved detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Chloe. It's Hercule Poirot.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do? And can you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal?
Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day, but I have some terrible news. But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I may leech. You got here quickly.
I've just finished my latest case.
Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna pull it.
Que massa, baseado na franquia Scooby-Doo, possivelmente. Eu vi uma caixinha de... Ah, não, mano. É mesmo baseado na franquia Scooby-Doo? É, que massa! Que da hora, mano.
Zoinks, Laura! House Flipper 2 Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now we're starting to close in on the end of the show.
Da hora.
Not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into Mafia of the old country. Here's all the gory details.
Mafia, the Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900 Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia, the Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Torrisi crime family, and then this game really...
Eu não tô falando nada, gente, porque tô indo tomando café. Eu tô comendo e assistindo ao mesmo tempo e gostando de tudo que eu tô vendo.
Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances that's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Nossa.
Come forward. All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a famine. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It's a way of life. A brotherhood.
You are here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, a woman, they must not know about our deed.
It is binding.
It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes, I do.
Before the eyes of all here present, join me. To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this thing. I will not keep my oath.
My family must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Salud.
Salud.
Saúde. Sei não, hein?
Take a trip to Sicily when Mafia of the Old Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Hey, what's up? I'm Arthur, the game director at Roll Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the spark!
It's cinematic action where you fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization, all at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just for show. You have to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles.
It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask.
Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risk a role with such a difficult project?
Because we wanted to play a game where you can start with classic 1-2, then send your opponent across the arena with your hammer, switch again to pull this dude a little closer, hit him with a huge combo across all 3 timelines.
The hell are you?
And now we're making that game with blood, sweat, and spark. Tenet of the Spark. You got it, right?
I got a little mini-me. Look. Watch up.
We're not dropping the release date yet because we want to do it right. But we
Que
can
da hora.
say it's coming to both and consoles. Follow and wishlist Tenet of the Spark on Steam.
And go look at your family album. Maybe your grandpa was a badass like mine. You never know.
Da hora.
Thank you to Roar Games for the inside scoop on Tenet of the Spark. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists. All right, what have you got for us, Laura?
A first look at gameplay for Creasol, Feeder of Idols. This is a first-person horror shooter for fans of BioShock and Resident Evil. You fight creepy statues on a tormented island and use blood as your ammunition.
Pre-order it right now.
Almighty Son. Got it. My bad.
finish them. If I am to fall, let my flesh turn to ash. So my soul may ascend to you, Mark. Consuming your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Isso.
O interessante é que é a primeira vez que eu vejo a Blumhouse, que é tão focada em games. Eu só tinha visto ela em filmes. Que da hora.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay, well, how do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there, and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay, because that last trailer is really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect with me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
Último trailer, pessoal, bora lá!
Welcome, sisters, daughters and daughters, to these blessed walls of Cobertura. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother. So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us. Such radiant blooms, so full of promise. Now, I must confess there's a change in plans. Shall we enter the garden? Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
No, hold on. I've got something to show you. Ah, I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
That was your first look at Ritual Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with Lovecraftian terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the next Future Games show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's Summer Showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody who has tuned into the Summer Showcase, as well as the Dreamweaving developers who put their all into those amazing trailers we debuted today.
And remember, you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey. And this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
Que da hora, pô. Caramba, vai ter ainda a segunda parte, é? Caramba!
What a wonderful ending to the Future Game Show
but it is not over yet. As you might be able to tell, there are some new stars in town, having myself, Jules Gill, and myself, Amy Mallet. Welcome to FGS Live from Los Angeles! We are bringing you today some exclusive new trailers, demo drops, release date announcements, and of course, world premiere. In fact, let's start with our very first exclusive. It is our very first world premiere.
Da hora. Oh, fofinhos. Que da hora. Os animais podem meio que se fundir. Que massa. Além de se fundir também, eles podem mudar de forma. Ó. Cara, que da hora. Guardians of Wild Sky. Que massa.
Wait, you're telling me that you can become a pilot, transform into an animal at will, and build your own sky-faring vessel, and do it all with your mates? All of that footage came from the in-game online multiplayer. Oh, it's still my BT target to finally live out my dream of being a pirate. No, just having hair at will. Nah, fair. Well anyway, Guardians of the Wild Sky is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. You can wish this and sign up for the playtest. Amazing. Now, Jules, I don't want to shock you. Good, because I do have a weak heart. But our next game is a terrifying twist on an old-school classic. Let's have a look at the multiplayer mode, System Shock 2 Remaster. Whoa!
Que massa.
How was the first time? Did you kill him?
I shot him. He's still alive though.
Bem na pegada de Ripple.
Okay, you jumped down, okay. 2 broken ankles, I think.
There's probably a hype for that.
I might have triggered 5 crocodile rights. No.
Oh, this is a cramped elevator.
Yeah, this is... Oh, almost wasn't designed for players. Here comes... But it's... Oh!
Back to spare me again. Insect.
Oh, that multiplayer looks brilliant. I love any kind of game mode where I can accidentally blow my mates. Indeed, and you can blast Showdown back to base elements when System Shock 2 Remaster releases on June the 26th. Now, Jules, do you know what else is fun? Looking off some skin, wearing it to fool their mates, and then pretending to worship an Emerald God? That was actually exactly what I was going to say. Actually, I wrote part of the script, so yeah. Oh, fair. This is next fugitive.
Não brinca.
Necro-fugitive, you are the monster. The nation of Avencia is at war. As the last surviving member of your cult, your deity has gifted you with unholy powers. Shapeshift through the ticket, transform into enemies and deceive your foes. Unleash chaos wherever you go. Choose abilities on the skill tree and create the ultimate heretic of your dreams. Go in stealth, go in you want toward freedom. The choice is yours. Other games let you pet the dog. In this game, you can be the dog. Plus, for the first time, we're announcing local co-op. Team up with a doppelganger and take Adventure by storm. Necro Fugitive is coming to Kickstarter on June 24th. Pre-order now and get a free copy of Dead Man's Hand card roulette action when you purchase the full game. Necro Fugitive. Demo available on Steam. Pre-order now.
Necro Fugitive is coming to PC and consoles with a Kickstarter launching on June 24th. It is pure chaos and I absolutely love it. But you know what else I love? Go on. Planning road networks with busy city bars and wild spreading over your internet. You have no idea. Well, you're in luck because our next game is the Golden Joystick Award-nominated Mini Motorway, which is bringing out a brand new game mode. How exciting to start your engine!
E o legal é que massa.
Socially anxious and the people pleasing. Ah, right, okay. And fans of Mini Motorways will sure be pleased with that announcement when you too can check out the new creative mode when it drops on the 26th of August for Apple Arcade, Switch and PC. Up next is games Make Your Way due to its breathtaking art style and high-octane action. This is Mars Protocol.
Esse é o Berserker. Que massa. Me lembrou, não, é Motors Protocol. Me lembrou uma vibe meio Doom, mas totalmente em pixel art, que massa.
Hold on to those powerful thoughts because we're about to have an interview with developers Variable State for the upcoming sci-fi horror Deep Sphere. You really got that chip. That's fucking terrible.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Burrows, creative director of Variable State. Right now our team is working on Deep Sphere, a claustrophobic horror shooter and a retro-futuristic setting. You play Danny Carroll, survivor of a catastrophic disaster aboard an underwater habitat. Far beneath the ocean, a secret has been unearthed which throws mankind's future into jeopardy. You must fight your way to the heart of a sinister project and uncover a mystery both deeply personal and profound in its implications. The game is an immersive sim, Metroidvania level design. It's a spiritual successor to games like System Shock 2 and Prey 2017. What distinguishes Deep Sphere from similar titles is its unique focus on real-time fluid simulation. Water in Deep Sphere looks and behaves in physically accurate ways. It flows over surfaces, floods environments, it conducts electricity, it transfers heat, it knocks you off your feet with surging currents and deadly vortexes. And it can be manipulated by creating dams, locking down compartments, and using tools and equipment unique to our sci-fi setting. And more than that, a deadly pathogen has infected the ocean itself, creating a primordial soup of violent entities to spontaneously manifest from. Every puddle, leak, or water source is a potential spawn point for an entity to strike. Some of the greatest stories ever told in games have come from the horror genre. Our ambition is for Deep Sphere to sit alongside these great works. Success is not guaranteed, but we know our commitment to quality and creativity is second to none. We would accept nothing less than to make the best game possible with the resources we have available. So expect AAA quality weapon feel, expect creative, strategic enemy AI behaviors, expect intuitive customizable controls, and expect high, stable frame rates across a range of hardware specs. For now, Deep Sphere is coming exclusively to Steam. If you'd like to see the game over platforms, please let those platform holders know. We want it to. As for Deep Sphere's development, we'll have more to share about the game in the coming months. Please wishlist the game on Steam if you like what you see. We want Deep Sphere to be the next great immersive sim, and your enthusiasm energizes our creativity. So please spread the word, tell your friends, talk about the game on social media. It really helps more than you can imagine.
right now, be most welcome. I am getting crispy in the LA sun.
Yeah, tell me about it. Even though I'm back to 1,000, liberally applied all over my body, I am burning up. In fact, I'm going to need to take a breather for a bit, so that's okay.
That's absolutely fine. In fact, our next game is both an action-packed RPG and an idle game, which for those of you who don't know, is a game where you can literally play it half asleep with your hand on the mouse, sticking away.
Amazing stuff. Well,
This deserves bits.
Não brinca. Que da hora, um jogo estilo Mega Man Battle Network, mano. Que top! Caramba! Que da hora! Zack Beats. Que top, mano. Como se você meio que massa. Sejam todos bem-vindos. Só meu
Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about three friends on their last night together, and they listen to this perfectly curated mixtape. It contains music from Devo and Joy Division and Lush, Smashing Pumpkins, and a whole bunch of incredible music and gameplay. You see you relive their finest epics.
Felt important at the time.
Music is a mixtape, and so is the game. There's everything from skateboarding to pulling slushies. There's an amazing level where you toilet paper a house. And let me just say, our toilet paper tech is second to none. The way you can toilet paper that house, I'm extremely proud of. And, the grand theft auto,
Sega Dreamcast. Eu ouvi direito, Sega Dreamcast. Vai ter um port do mixtape para o Sega Dreamcast. Caramba! Eu tô impressionado. Que engraçado. Mais um jogo que tem aquela pegada meio... Nossa. Que da hora. É basicamente isso. Um Empire... Um Age of Empires aí com criaturas místicas. Você pode usar elas pra batalha. Que massa. Da hora.
Right, that seems like the obvious time to do that. It actually is, because in our next game, you and your 3 friends can take part in police raids as a crack team of operatives. This is Phantom Squad.
Da hora.
So Hell is Us, in terms of genre for me, it's just an adventure game. And I truly mean this in the sense that you're going to go live an adventure with a very strong emphasis on exploration and discovery with absolutely no end holding. And it's kind of 50% exploration, 50% combat, so third-person melee combat with medieval weapons, even though it takes place in the modern era. There's a whole story behind that, of course. And yeah, I mean, you're by yourself and you need to figure out what's going on and go on investigations and fight your way through at the same time. So today I'll talk about the dungeons in Hell is Us and what they mean and why they're there. They're so linked to the story and the lore and the deep history of the country and why all that stuff is happening without spoiling anything. And they're tremendously at the center of your golden path and what you need to achieve. I don't want the dungeons to be in modern environments as well, like an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned metro station. I still wanted the dungeons to be like, you feel like you're Indiana Jones, you know what I mean? And you need to go through them, and there's puzzles, and there's things to figure out, there's side stuff in them as well, and there are main challenges at the end, which are not always necessarily like boss fight related, it's also always kind of like a bit of an eclectic thing happening at the end.
Que massa, são seus like com puzzles.
We're a very small team for a game this big, like we reach maybe 55 people. So the dungeons, they're not all of them as complex as some, like all the time. And yeah, it's just, again, it's just this good old thing of like, there's dungeons in this game. You know what I mean? Like even though it's not your main minute-to-minute thing, they're there.
Da hora. Eu vou ficar calado, melhor. Esses caras são esses dois são uma resenha, mano.
We're Parasite, a studio of industry veterans behind the critically acclaimed Black Tape. And this is your first dive into the lock, our new world, the surreal pirate underworld of David X. Jones. Welcome to a fresh take on the legend, where story fuels action and death is just the beginning. Betrayed, robbed, and beheaded, pirate captain Davy Jones sinks to the locker, the seafarer's afterlife. Now, it's time for revenge. With your body and your talking skull fighting side by side.
Top.
Two halves of a legend, one hell of a legend. In Davy X. Jones, you'll explore 9 islands floating in an infinite sea of clouds, each with its own unexpected challenges and unique secrets to uncover. Master first-person combat with sword, gun, and grappling hook as you fight your way back into legend, one behemoth at a time. Fast, fluid, and fierce, Davy X. Jones brings classic pirate fantasy to life with a twisted edge. It's bold and powered by dark humor, all wrapped in a world as strange as stunning. Ready to jump in? You won't have to wait long. Play Davy X. Jones demo during Steam Next Fest. Wishlist now. Spread the word. Get ready to become the devil himself.
Who's the greatest pirate of them all? That's right, Captain Davy Jones. What, you think we need one more?
You think we need one more? We'll get one more.
Massa, em homenagem a Nikola Tesla. Da hora.
I mean, I struggle to change a bloody light bulb on my house. I've got no chance with that game. However, you do feel illuminated mentally when House Successor drops on Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC later this year. And you'll think that's what's next. I just told you my brain don't work good. Top to stop poker. Oh, I wish. It's another world premiere. Oh, I'm sorry about that, yes. Enjoy.
Oh, that's my name. My home is in the city of Shenyang. It's beautiful, and I've always felt safe here. But that's all about to change. I live with my parents in a small apartment downtown. Or I did. I'm home! Mom? Dad? Anyone here? What happened? I need to find my parents. But how can I if I don't even know why they disappeared? People here are scared, don't want to get involved. But at least some are willing to talk. I don't know where this is leading me, but every clue reveals more of the city's darkest secrets. No matter what, I have to find my parents. And as long as I'm searching, I still have hope.
Esperança precisa de esperança. Interessante. Encontrar os pais da esperança vivos. Um estádio de patinete, de patins do gelo. Que massa. Esses dois é uma resenha.
Let me tell you a story about King Arthur and his knights of the round table. It was a mythical time when being a knight really meant something. For them, honor was worth even more than life. But they knew not to spare their adversary when he deserved it. They courageously confronted the treacherous and deceitful, and delivered justice to the poor and oppressed. They served their king and queen loyally, in war and in peace, because they knew that their sovereigns would support them in return when they needed it. Magic was everywhere. Fairies, dragons, and giants were part of every great adventure. Above all, it was a time when the strength of warriors came from love, not hate. Listen to this story and learn, young knight. Because when reality is nothing but lies, violence and injustice, it is wise to turn to legends for hope.
Legends of the Round Table is a colourful medieval RPG in which you undertake perilous quests in order to defend your kingdom.
Well met, my liege. Up next we have the sequel to a beloved action RPG that I know loads of people are excited about, especially this guy. We spoke to the devs behind Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. Here's what you can expect from the upcoming game.
We really like working a lot in Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, and we are happy to.
Que da hora. Gente, eu vou deixar aí rolando Enquanto eu vou deixar aí rolando. Enquanto tá aí rolando, eu vou deixar o prato na sala aqui ao lado. Já volto. É Rapidex. Já volto, gente. Coisa rápida.
Tell me, little merchant, how much can you take?
Oh man, that looks absolutely fantastic. It looks so good, doesn't it? They've got loads of new mechanics. Moonlight 2, the Endless Vault is coming to PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series this summer.
Fantastic stuff. Now, Amy, how do you fancy revealing another release date for another game?
Go on then. Okay, well here's the official release date trailer for upcoming quirky action rhythm puzzle platformer Antro. You heard it here first, guys. Antro is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on the 27th of June. If you're keen, wishlist it now, and have a batch as a free demo. Now, Amy, I've got a question for you. How do you feel about clowns? Absolutely not. That is a shame, because we're actually going to be talking about Terrify, the arcade game, old school beat-em-up side-scrolling title, and it stars everyone's favourite murderous clown, Art. Plus, it's co-op to play together. How about I watch you play from behind a pillow? Oh, I'll tell you take charge of Terrified too.
Nossa, mano, que onda. Não, que onda do caramba. Meu Deus, que resenha! É um jogo baseado na franquia do não.
Przemyśl to. Może będziesz tego żałował.
E assim terminamos a transmissão completa do Games Future Show Festival Summer Showcase. Bom, eu vou finalizando a live por aqui, espero que tenham gostado. Bom, divulguem para seus amigos e tenham uma ótima noite e tamo junto.